Welcome back to Homebro Pie. I'm your host, Jimmy D. Today, with me, special guest,
Court. Nice to see everybody.
The best intro of all intros. I think that actually beats Spencer's.
I'm trying.
I love it. Court has decided to help out. Spencer's down south in Dallas, helping out the team represent themselves over in the Dallas RC. All right, today we've got 3 whole matches for week 2 of the Dual Commander Championship Series. I cannot wait to show you. We got a whole new leaderboard to show off. Some new decks, some new deck techs. We even had a special guest from someone who found us on YouTube. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Who's going to be on camera the first time, Daniel, who was just looking for Feldon content and found Zach's Decklist and said, oh, wait a minute, you guys are close by. And drove all the way up to see us and then play in here and had an amazing time playing his mono red Feldon deck. His second ever entry into Dual Commander. Like, ever. Playing Dual Commander. Like, he's a Magic the Gathering player, but he'd not seen the format. Put the deck together, came out, and just had an outstanding time. I hope that maybe we can see him in the chat at some point. Just maybe get his feedback on here. And he's going to be the first match of the day up against the man, the myth, the legend, Nick Rogers. Also the man known to destroy my camera with his flashbangs and shininess. I don't know if it's Rex or Nick, but both of them together was enough to flashbang us last week. And
well, they do both play as many foils as they can get their hands on.
It's insane just how insane those decks are and how beautiful they look. But we've got some Call of Duty memes coming to you soon. Here, I got some other of my friends looking this out. Seriously, my camera was struggling to capture the right feed, but we did some fixes. We got with our editor here. We got even some new things. You might even see it's a little bit lighter here. And it don't look like I'm sitting in my mom's basement. Well, maybe. But I'm not. I'm actually sitting in my own place. I'm an adult.
Look at me, I'm not an adult.
Alrighty, so with that, we're just going to get ourselves rolling into the first little bit. We're going to give the deck list and the players and show you exactly what we're going to be looking up against between Marchesa and Feldon. Let's get into it. All right, first starting off here, we've got the deck list from Nick Rogers here. And mind you, this isn't even a fair representation. This man has like the most expensive versions of all of these cards. Mm-hmm. And this deck came really popular, but just saw a backseat to the big bad Eris, right?
Yeah.
Like, and thank goodness it's gone.
Yeah.
You're not going to have to worry about that. We do have some content coming for you. There was some questions about Eris versus Hogak. And we put the decks together, so we will be getting that content to you for some Versus series. So if you're curious, best out of 5, we're going to have the best pilots of the 2 decks play each other in that match, get the coverage, and we're going to do some dual coverage for that Versus series. So we can get that out to you to find out what would have been like with the 2 most busted dual commanders playing up against each other.
Yeah. It's going to be a heck of a time.
Right? Took me a long time to get those cards together, but we got it. We got it. I'm so excited. But what do you think here on this deck list? What do you think of the big pullouts here from a Marchesa deck?
Oh, well, Marchesa is super gross. You just have so much value over time because everything you do is a crime, basically.
Right. And what is a crime?
So whenever you target your opponent in pretty much any fashion aside from attacking them, that's considered a crime. So if you target something they have in play, counter a spell, make them discard a card with something like Thoughtseize or Duress. If you want to exile a card out of their yard with something like a Relic Progenitus, anything like that, it's all a crime, and you can trigger Marchesa off of that.
Some of the key engines in here, the lands and the artifacts down here, this Relic Progenitus and this Unlicensed Hearse, these are engines for this deck. You don't even need to, all you need to do is target your opponent without an actual card or resource. And the crime has been committed.
Yep.
We've seen this deck already oppressive in like Pioneer and some different decks. So we already saw on camera that new Insidious Root decks that MJ had put together. Phenomenal type of deck that you could even kind of like build a skeleton around if you wanted to build this deck. There's a lot of really cheap artifacts and lands where there's some of these lands here that will target a creature and give them Shroud or Shadow. And those lands will basically, like, it doesn't matter what you're doing. You can do it on your turn. You're targeting that opponent, and you're activating this ridiculous effect where you're basically getting to see 2 free cards put and then filter through your hand to keep the best of what you need. This is an extremely impressive deck, and it does commit a lot of crimes. crimes are now targeting your opponent, and this leader does it well. The other deck for today we have from Daniel, looking over, and he gave me his deck list from Arc Deck. And this, and Zach has already said here in the chat here, I'm so excited to see another Feldon player take my spot while I'm trying out other stuff. Yeah. Funny thing, Zach, Daniel looked at your deck list and liked your YouTube video that much that he put together your deck list. He was so impressed with your gameplay, and I'm not even kidding. I'm not trying to blow smoke, but he was really impressed with your gameplay and the quality content there, that you inspired him to not only come out from all the way out of town, but also to put together your deck because he wanted to see how it played. And this is essentially your deck list. I mean, if you can tell, Zach, you look at this list, is there something that eye pops out to you that maybe he did some extra spice that was a little bit outside of yours? I mean, I'm recognizing cards that definitely the most impressive cards in this deck, Blood Moon, especially in our format.
My least favorite card to see at any time ever.
Kubano faces Kakazan. I will always promote this card. I think this is the most busted one drop in the game. Is there any spice you like from here?
Well, I see Sulfuric Vortex down there, and that is my second least favorite card ever. Just because, as a very avid Atraxa player, both Blood Moon and Sulfuric Vortex tend to ruin my day.
I think they ruin most people's day. Yeah, an absolutely punishing deck. What is this deck trying to accomplish in Dual Commander?
So, a bird deck in Dual Commander is always trying to throw as much damage at you as possible, as quickly as it can. They're looking to throw down a 1-drop, drop their commander on 2, drop another creature on 3, and swing for the fences. And as soon as they've gotten through for enough combat damage, they're just trying to throw as much burn at your face with cards like Lightning Bolt, Chain Lightning, other stuff like that, in order to put you out of the game as quickly as possible before you can stabilize.
Interesting. And Zach out here in the chat is telling us that he's playing 2 Chandra. So maybe this is just kind of the spice thing. I mean, maybe this is his favorite Planeswalker. I know for the longest time, Chandra was one of my favorite. Lily obviously took it over. And then if we're trying to talk about powerhouses, I think Grist right now, as a Dual Commander player, that is by far my favorite. Grist is just a powerhouse. Yeah. I can't wait. In this new set coming out here with what they call it Modern Horizons 3. It's not Modern Horizons 3. This is Dual Commander Horizons, okay? Anyone paying attention, this format is about to get the greatest shakeup of its life. If you've seen any of these spoilers from the set, we have some new decks already being built. I helped Zach just yesterday put together. Zach, help me the name of the bird. What is the bird? It's the Simic bird. Well, maybe wait for him. Do you know what the Simic bird is here?
I don't remember it, but I can find it real quick.
Well, we scoured the internet. We searched far and wide to find some really good deck lists that we liked. We kind of debated on exactly what we wanted to put in this deck here. But we were actually able to get all 100 cards put together. Nadu, Winged Wisdom is the card. This card looks so oppressive and is looking to be quite potentially the next commander to get the quick ban right after Eris.
And he might. He's got quite the wombo combo.
But we'll be showing you that content here in week 4 or week 3, which, mind you, I do have to remind you, next week is the Modern Horizons release. So we're not going to be doing Dual Commander content. We have a lot of stuff coming to you. We're going to try and do something with the limited series and opening the packs. Obviously, LifeLink is going to allow us to put up some opening boxes content so you guys can see some of the new cards that he's going to be putting in his store. And we'll see where we can put that on the channel or over on YouTube or wherever we can, maybe on Facebook. All of my social media, Humbro Pie, I own the names. It's really easy to find me now, especially with the content being posted. But after that, we've got an RCQ over at LifeLink Games and Pioneer that Spencer and Zach will be helping me take care of while I'm out of town, unfortunately. I'm going to be taking care of some stuff back in Michigan, guys. I'm really sorry. I will be back. I'm going to do what I can. If I can make it up early, I will. If I can't, I'm just going to be back here next week, starting off like I never left. But you will have some content. I just will be absent next week, taking care of some family business. But with that, you ready for some gameplay?
Yeah, man. Let's get into it.
All right. Let's get started. Magic the Shuffling has begun. So it looks like the commanders are on the opposite sides, but really both of them are reading the commanders here. So Daniel is on the top half here with his Feldon, and I just realized this is not muted yet. Let's mute that. I promised it would be muted, and here I am just filling them. So I did realize late after recording these things that apparently there is a voice record on the camera. But because there is some amazing environment around there with non-royalty-free music, I can't have the volume on during the gameplay. Basically get demonetized. So Sorry. All right, Feldon wins the die roll. That's exactly what we want to see, right?
Yep, it is super good for the burn deck to be on the play. The more tempo they keep, the better.
And mind you, watch Daniel today. This is his second time ever playing Dual Commander. I'm really excited to see how he gets in here and starts playing this game. Just a new format, walking into it, especially against the flashbanger himself, Nick Rogers. Is that going to be a new nickname? I think. The flashbanger.
I don't know. We might want to clean that one up a little bit.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. No, you thinking about it? Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I mean, call. Nick is just like, I unsubscribed. I ain't watching this garbage anymore. I'm not taking it.
No pleasing the man. Don't like his last name. Don't like his nickname.
I just keep screwing up. And if you're out there and saw that the MTG top 8, I did put a D in his name. There's a joke there.
It's a One Piece joke.
It's a One Piece joke. Yes, a One Piece joke. I put the D in his name because he is a representative of the D in my heart, hands down. And we do One Piece content. All right, so we got a mulligan to 6 here. Nick's going to be putting one back here. Sir Rex says Nick and I can be called the Bling Bros. All right, the Bling Bros. That's a good one. I think that's PC enough.
That should stay.
We can get that. Ooh, good start. What are we seeing here?
Let's see. I can't quite
Carrier?
make it out. Ooh, yep, that's a classic. So Bowmat Carrier is a way to get a lot of card advantage later on for red because they can start exiling things, and when they run out of gas, they can just refuel immediately off of the Bowmat Carrier.
Absolutely. We got ourselves a nice.
That is a strong start.
Yeah, Flood Strand so they just helping him out with those fetches to get that life portal down.
Yep, probably looking to color fix so we can get some removal out there sooner rather than later. Just because the faster a start you got in red like this, the more bad it is for your control decks. And Marchesa, Wall Quicker is still a control deck.
Oh, it's an awesome one. This is a set from the new Wilds of Eldraine. You get a Zergo play, and Zach, you're going to help us in the chat with this one. I know I've seen a few people playing it here.
I believe it's an Embereth veteran.
Tapped out, going to lose 2 of those resources. Shame, but I mean, that was a risky play when you're playing Bowmat Courier.
Yeah, but you got to get the Bowmat Courier out there, because if they ever crack it and get those extra cards, it's just a bad time all around.
Notice that he didn't go for his commander. Do you like that play of him going wider versus just jamming the commander in there?
Yeah, going wider is usually safer.
Especially in the early game, right? Because there's a lot less board wipes for cheaper mana. So we're finally going to see a fetch for a Volcanic Island. Notably not foil, Nick.
Yeah, what the heck, man?
What the heck? Why isn't that foil? I don't understand.
It should at least be black border.
I mean, the man has got some of the best cards I've seen in Magic the Gathering, but I think he's far away from wanting to play with a black border. But the foiling, man. The foiling. All right, so turn 2. So it looks like we're going to see something here. Watsy, give us OG duels and foil. Yes, right? Oh, we might start up some controversy there.
Yeah, let's not touch on MTG 30.
Right. That was one thing that really surprised me, even though those were proxies. Why didn't you get foils?
Yeah.
Why did you put foils in there? It was a missed opportunity. I mean, I know you got that, also a missed opportunity even running that product and scaring the community like that. But
I'll never understand why it wasn't just sets of MTG 30 being sold out.
Right. Well, I mean,
just as a whole.
Yeah, just so I mean, the fact that you can't play with them, and we're playing proxies here with 5. And mind you, this isn't Attack on Magic. We're only using 5, and we're not having a complete proxy thing. But we want more players to get into this. So we understand that sometimes these have like a price barrier. Like Legacy is not the easiest thing to just jump into. It's thousands of dollars with thousands of dollars of dual lands. But Dual Commander is an opportunity for people to play that high level of play, those big interactions, without having to spend just an ungodly amount of money.
Thousands of dollars on a mana base.
Oh, look at this drop here from Nick here. Relic. This is the engine. This card legitimately just turns Marchesa on every single turn.
Yep.
With an easy effect that you don't even need to target anything in their graveyard.
Yeah, I am surprised to see it here at the moment. I was actually expecting him to leave up some kind of interaction. But that might mean he just didn't have any, or he might have some form of like a Toxic Deluge coming here on the next turn, potentially.
Yeah.
So he might be looking to get an X for 1 here.
Imagine he doesn't want to overcommit his hand here. Wow, Grim Lavamancer. I haven't seen this one since the good old days in Jund.
Don't remind me about Jund. That's way too much Cascade for my tastes. I like to slowly 1-for-1 people out of the game, and Cascade does not let me do that.
Right. All right, going Marchesa, getting a blocker. That's good. It's a good start setup. But would you say in this situation he doesn't have a board wipe, or?
I would assume, as he didn't cast it, he doesn't, because he is looking at, depending on the number of cards in hand, it could be a pretty easy double bolt to get him out of the game at this point if he gets through with combat damage.
Yeah,
which he's going to get through with a pretty decent amount.
We got 6-7 right now. Obviously, Grim Lavamancer is not going to attack. Grim Lavamancer is going to use that tap ability, tap a red, and tap her to remove one of the spells from Nick's side of the field for an extra 2 damage. So we've got 8 damage represented, and only one of them going to be able to get blocked. So total 6 damage going to be able to get through.
Yeah, it is not looking good for Marchesa at the moment.
Finally, Daniel's deciding to help out. Yep, hit the corners if you're on this one. Sorry. Hit the corners. Hit the corners. There you go. I love, like I was talking to him all the time. This is previously recorded, by the way, so no, they can't hear us. It'd be really weird when you saw myself on camera quite often playing Dual Commander and also up here just talking to you. Yeah, I'm having fun just teleporting my mind over there to watch that game.
We'll have to try that sometime.
Right. The future is real, guys.
We're gonna walkie-talkie in here.
Yeah, just wait.
We'll get you a Bluetooth headset.
Yes. Can he come in here like, what's going on?
Tell him to show his hand to the camera again.
We can't wait to actually, and during the championship series, we're going to try some live content. So, Daniel. Oh, man. Just, I can't believe it. 100, who does that in a 100-card deck?
Me.
Everybody does this. I can't even tell you the last time I haven't.
Literally, me this last Friday.
Oh, wow.
Like twice.
Jeez. It's so hard to shuffle these things, too.
Yeah,
I love that you already got banned, and then we're here in Dual Commander like, what are you talking about? It's hard to shuffle. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, we got ourselves a removal spell here.
Yep.
We're going to see a force from...
Oh, man, I hope so. Because if he's killing Marchesa, it's going to be pretty bad. Oh, no.
It looks like it's getting 3 damage on, so it means that if he does block, Marchesa's gone, essentially.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's just going to finish it off with Grim. Okay. Good heads-up play. Get rid of the blocker so we can keep up his board state.
Yeah.
Rex says Syrian Blaze only deals 3. I get you. So Syrian Blaze, pay the 2, get 3 damage to Marchesa, stacked it up there. Just need 1 point of damage. Grim Lavamancer just finished that off.
Yep, I think we're going to see a bolt here.
Ooh.
Yep.
Yep. And end this game, Shock. All right. That's the one you don't see too often. Wow, that was a fast game one. One would say Guns A-Blazing in this crime-infested deck here. I wonder if Nick's on, like, I wish I could have the sound, because I imagine Nick's like, I'm the one to commit crimes. You just committed an atrocity.
I guess that would make that man the sheriff.
Rex says, when a land enters and it hits face for 3. Yes, yeah. That just... Just an amazing turn on that one. And just this showing... Yeah, this is probably one of the cheapest decks you can make.
Yep.
In Dual Commander.
Red is very affordable.
Yeah.
The nice thing about Burn is while it's got that low kind of floor to it, where you can get it real easy, you can play it, it's a very straightforward game plan. There's also very high skill ceiling to it, where you can also have a lot of intricate plays where you can easily misstep and lose, whereas you had the win. Of course, a lot of decks have that. But with Red, it's really about that tempo and maintaining it. So it can get really tricky. So there's actually a lot more to it than just going through and slinging Burn at people's face after turn 3.
So if a meta got taken away by Feldon, what would be like some of the key cards you would focus on in any deck?
Well, if we had to exclusively deal with Feldon, and I've thought about this more than once, I would probably start playing all the stuff like Sunset Revelry, Timely Reinforcements, Cosmic Rebirth, probably main deck and everything that's got white and green in it. Shoot, there are cards you can look at for just gaining life, which stuff like Feed the Pack and all that. Which,
LifeLink and Life are tremendously difficult for Burn players. I know that when I'm playing in other formats, I'll play things like Timeo Safekeeping, the gains too, just to get the math off just enough for me to stabilize and try to take the game back. Because the one thing that I've noticed, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, when Burn starts off all aggro, if it forces to late game, this is where it really starts to stumble. because they're having difficulty playing that and keeping that board state. Here.
Yeah, if you get out enough blockers to stall the board and gain enough card advantage to keep them from just one-shotting you, it does become much easier to just take the game back. Like Rex said, Kaya's Guile is very good. Authority of the Consoles is another option I've actually been looking at too, because between that and Blind Obedience, you can slow them down significantly. A lot of their creatures do have haste, so coming in tapped really does throw a wrench in the works.
Mm-hmm. And with red being so prevalent here, Con, the new chatter, thank you very much, says Marchesa actually sometimes runs Hydroblast, which is a great counter red card. Yep. And I can understand why, because I'm playing the Pyroblast because there's so much blue in our format. I feel like every single match I'm playing someone on blue. So it is something that I usually put in most of my decks. And in the same instance, if you're going to be on a blue deck, have some answers for red, because it is one of the second best colors. Ooh, Goblin Guide and hitting a land. I mean,
just brutal starts here.
Yeah, fair.
The red deck is just going right out the gates.
Sermon says, and extort the Blind Obedience is great. Yes, I will be coming in with an extort deck soon. I told everybody I'm building that Soaring deck. I'm all over it. So that new Soaring Dual Commander, our HR manager is just coming in here to harass us. She just wants all the pets in the world. Don't you go. All right, let's get back to the gameplay. So are we going to see a missed land drop here from Daniel?
Potentially. Nope. Oh, and a Mutavault. That's an
Okay.
extra body to throw. Don't get any extra blockers out here for Marchesa.
Monastery Swissbeard, notably, don't think he has any colorless to pump that prowess. Is there any colorless that he could play in instant speed?
Not currently, but once we go and hit Modern Horizons 3, there is some gross stuff coming out.
Yeah.
Like Null Elemental Blast, another card that I, as an Atraxa player, am not happy to see at all.
We can see his hand full lands. Ooh, he is flooded. I was thinking, he was wondering if it was going to hit it, but that was 4 lands. That's a lot of lands for red.
Yeah, that is a few.
Fetch just going to help him out there. You having a good time down there, girl?
That romp through the woods has her breathing heavy.
Yeah, right? Good board state. I think he's sticking with the go wide strategy against Marchesa. One of the strategies I try to get myself.
Yeah, if Marchesa doesn't have the option to go 1-for-1, and right now she's absolutely not going to get it, it's just going to put him on the back foot for the entire game, because he'll just be so far behind on tempo, having to deal with these answers that have already been out and swinging one at a time.
Absolutely. And we're getting to see some of those new Surveil lands. I'm telling you, as soon as we saw those things printed, we knew that was dual commander worthy. Like, if not legacy worthy. I've seen some legacy players put these new Surveil lands in there.
Yeah, I was very pleasantly surprised with them. I actually didn't think they were going to be that great at the start.
Yeah.
But I was very quickly proven wrong, and they are quite handy.
And forced to come into play tap is usually like a no-no in most leagues, but that extra ability... Oh, here we go. Here's that Toxic Deluge you're talking about.
There it is. That's what he needs.
Paying 2 lives, clean the board up. Yep. It's a good thing he didn't go for the commander, because now he just has an easy play here.
It would be even better if he hadn't had that Mutavault.
Yeah.
Because right now, he's still going to be able to pressure with it. Exactly. And potentially, if he has another land and a 1-drop, still add to the board.
I think in this type of situation, because I don't have to worry about too much land destruction, that's exactly what I would do with this. But he's going for the commander and force will to play. Ooh. Yeah, this is why against blue, just because the shields seem down, they're never down.
Yeah.
Beautiful force of will. And look at this. Look at the foiling. Look at the shine. Bask in its glory, people.
Can't see through the reflection, unfortunately.
Yes. Nick Rogers doing his absolute best to blind us as best he can with these amazing foils. All right, Baleful Strix is a really good card against this deck. That 1/1 Death Touch with flying
maintains card advantage and gets him a blocker to buy time. Ooh, that is going to be rough for the burn deck to get through.
Yeah, this could be a 3-4 turn clock here. What's this, a 6/6? That's a 4-turn clock. And demand a damage, 6 damage only, really hard to get through. Yeah, Rex said here we need to provide opponents with sunglasses. You know what? This is actually going to be mandatory. I think that 100% we're putting that on the board. We're giving people sunglasses. This is inappropriate, Rex. Or not, Nick. We understand your gameplay. We are thinking ahead with you. We know better.
Man, that's just going to be so rough. Because even if he can answer that creature, it's just going to be so bad because he's going to lose. So he'll lose at least 2 or 3 cards to it.
Yes. Oh, Feldon in the he was trying to remind him where to put it in the dual commander. I think this is just showing you it's his first time playing through here, because most of the time when you're playing these mono red decks. All right, so we do have a play. I don't recognize this one. This one looks like from the new Fallout set. Hasty 3/3 that adds energy. Can't read the rest of it. Can you read the rest of that?
No, I can't read it at all, unfortunately.
It looks like some new spice. I don't know, Zach, have you been playing with this card? It looks like a new Fallout energy card. Curious to see what this one might be doing. Synth Eradicator, says Khan. Synth Eradicator. Okay, let's see if we can look this up. Go ahead and call out the gameplay while I try to look this card up here.
Sure. So it looks like Nick is dropping Marchesa into play, so he's just managing up way more blockers. I think it's looking pretty bad for our red deck pilot here. It's going to be real difficult to punch through this much of the board.
So, those at home, we're going to just flash this over here for you real quick here. This is actually a really, really good card. Haste, when it attacks, it exiles the top card of your library, so here's some great card advantage here. You can get 2 energy. If you don't, you may play this card. And then also paying 3. So basically, you get to build up your energy with each attack, and then paying 3 deals 3 damage to any target. So even a great defensive card as well. I love the outfit here from that Fallout series. Yeah. What they're using here.
Yeah, so it's basically an energy-powered Grim Lavamancer.
Right?
That's kind of wild.
And only $265. Buy it now on what is this? TCG player?
Looks like
eBay. On eBay.
Yeah, you can probably get one on TCG as well.
Not sponsored. I'm sure you'll find it there. But if you want to be... Just kidding. All right, let's get back in the gameplay. Marchesa's the land here. This is an impressive board state.
Yeah, this...
As a red player, what are you thinking how to get out of this situation?
So,
red mage.
Looking at it from the red player's perspective, it's looking pretty bad. I'm not thinking there's a whole lot of ways to get out of it at this point.
Yeah, Zach, you're a good red mage. What would you be doing in this situation? You can see a line of a 2-card combo that would kind of put him back into the aggro section here. And Zach says that he bought the Search Foil, so he's definitely all over this card as well. I know he's got a lot of good cards from Modern Horizons 2, or 3, that are you just cannot wait. Put in this deck.
Yeah, there's going to be a whole ton of stuff coming that I am super excited to try out too. But looking here at this state again, he's got to get in like 2 points of damage and then have about 3 burn spells he can throw through counter spells if he's looking for the win. And that's really just looking pretty rough with the way the board state's laid out. I mean, he's got a 3/4 blocker with Marchesa. The Strix is going to take out whatever he swings into it.
Yeah.
He would have to have like 2 hasty dudes like right now, and hope that there's not like,
and hopefully something with first strike
a cut down or something sitting there.
Gonna kill anything. Oh, 5 tapping 5. What are we gonna see?
Oh, Hardcast Fury.
Okay. Maybe put him into the. Okay, that's an interesting play here. It only does 4, so he's gonna kill the bait for tricks and leave 1. Does he have a lava spike in the guard? Or is he just trying to bait the block? I see. He's trying to bait the block. Nice heads up play. He's gonna exile himself a nice little desert. That was one of the things Zach was talking about. That this desert package is a little bit different for him, and he has the energy tokens. This man comes prepared.
More than me.
That's one thing I don't have in the box. I haven't seen energy in forever. Yeah. Zach says the game doesn't look very winnable from here. You have to have pretty much a suicide your Eradicator and hopefully get burn spells and use a ton of burn spells. Yeah, with Fury coming on the board, is this going to stop Nick from attacking? Because it's 6 damage coming, 9 total damage.
So it's going to be tricky, and it's going to depend a lot on what he's got in hand. But if he has even like 1 removal spell, I think he's swinging for the fences.
Okay. He's got to deal with both of them here. I imagine being at 8, you don't want to take the chance that burn gets a way to kill one of your creatures. And I'm curious, when we looked at the list, one thing I didn't look for was the Pyroblast. Did he have any attack against blue? Because that would be a great card here.
Pyroblast would definitely be helpful.
I'm going to pause just real quick so I can pull up that deck list. Sorry, it's going to cover up the main screen. So I'm too afraid to lose the content here. I'm going to move this over here so we can look at it.
Let's see.
In between, and See if we got ourselves a Pyroblast or maybe something that can deal.
He does have a Fire Blast that could make things go his way, but I'm not seeing.
Shock, Skull Crack, Play with Fire, Track. Nope.
No Pyro Blast or Red Elemental Blast.
Yeah, any red cards that can basically deal with this board state. It looks like Nick's going to be deep in the tank here.
Mm-hmm.
And while I'm thinking about it, let's get these deck lists in the chat so people can see it. This is the Feldon deck. Go ahead and call it the gameplay if you see him making a decision.
Yeah, looks like Nick's getting ready to do something. He's sorting out his lands, checking his mana. We got him casting something here. Let's see.
Ooh, that's a new one.
I can't see what that is.
All right, that is... Oh.
We're going to have to check the deck list real quick.
Yeah, which we just posted up for you.
New cards coming from everywhere. We ain't even into Modern Horizons 3 yet.
We got a chat here. It says Collective Defiance. Okay. Something I haven't seen too often.
Nope, that is a new one to me.
So this one... Oh, no, this is an older card, too. Back from the Eldritch Moon series here. With Escalate. Yes. I've seen this thing. Hey, we got a new subscriber. Thank you very much. With this covered up, I can't see. Notzel, thank you so much for following. I appreciate it. Let's see.
Yeah, man. So he's got removal on that front. He's swinging for the fences, just like I was thinking.
So now that he's gotten rid of the Fury with that removal spell, the Collective Defiance, now he knows that the Marchesa should lock down that last the other creature. We just said it was the Eradicator. The Synth. I love that we have a chat here. Synth Eradicator.
Yeah. So he's definitely got a blocker up. If he goes and activates that Mutavault, that's leaving him up with 3 mana. I'm guessing, looking at those untapped blue sources down there, that Nick's got some kind of a counter spell ready to throw out. So it's not looking great from here on out. It's looking like Marchesa's got this on lock. But you never know.
He could have 2 burn spells in hand here. Now, he can get some extra damage in here. And the card revealed with Synth Eradicator, he does have the energy to play it. So this is on attack.
That's true.
So he's could be playing for the luck here to get that trade. Oh, jeez. He's just flooded with lands. All right. Mutavault's going to get in for 2 to 6. Does he have 2 burn spells?
Yep, let's find out. If he has 3 burn spells and all Nick has in hand is something like a Remand that he can cast right now, he could still theoretically get there.
Just checking the energy. I imagine he hasn't played with this card too much because I haven't played with this card that much.
Yeah.
Here's a fetch I would not play. With a 6/6 in the air. I'm sorry. I'm not. I mean, yes, you can put it in play, but I'm not cracking that. Girl, you were just coming in for all kinds of love today. She must love you.
I'm a new person.
Yeah.
And pets like me.
Our HR manager just spent all the time in this room.
You always got to welcome the new hire.
Right? Hey. Okay, so we got a removal spell from Marchesa, which is good. At least now we don't have to worry. Oh, no. And we got a... what's that?
Nope, doesn't look like it.
What's that? The misstep?
Depending on what he's got left, this might give him an opening to just shoot him with a double bolt here.
Tarfire. Yes, Tarfire the play here. Thank you. With Mental Misstep. Going to counter here. He was reaching for that fetch, and I was like, oh, please don't crack that. That is just an insta-death. Looks like he's got another play. Is he going to be able to get rid of this Marchesa? Has to get this to stop this game. Another explosion? Erosion? So many, like, this is why I love having Zach in the chat here. Grief, girl, you were just taking out this. This is the Kai stream. That's what this is. This is the Kai stream. Lightning bolt.
We have a new co-host.
We got a new co-host. All right. The lightning bolt finishing off the game. Nick taking game 2. We got ourselves a tie game. And we'll just pretend like those stars were there the whole time. Just pretend. Because I definitely didn't miss to put the stars up there, giving Daniel credit for his win. Yeah, even Rex is pulled off by that one. Mm-hmm. Need to have our red mage in the chat to tell us exactly what this erosion explosion. What was going on with this one? Whatever it was, definitely got countered by and just wasn't the first one the second one did kill the Marchesa, but with that lightning bolt, just pretty much finished the game right there. Not giving him that extra turn.
No, and honestly, that one turn might have been all he needed, depending on what he could top deck there.
Mm-hmm. No, this is why we were talking about him winning the die roll being so important, because now he's got the opportunity in game 3 to beat back on the play.
Yep.
In a deck that you don't want to have on the play.
No, Burn on the play is a very frightening opponent.
So I'm going to try and skip through some of this Magicless shuffling. I know all of you at home enjoy it, but let's get into some actual gameplay.
Pro tip, first 5 minutes of every dual commander game, shuffling. Right?
And this one requires quite a bit of shuffling.
Yep. Turn 1 and 2, shuffling. Especially if you're playing a control deck, there might be even more shuffling.
Right? Which is great. So when we put the stuff on YouTube, you won't ever have to see it. Not to mention the value of being able to pre-record this gives us the ability to stop, drop, let us talk and converse, while also allowing the gameplay to continue when we want to. Rex says no. Okay, yeah, that's in the same chat. Thought I saw a little glare on the chat box here.
Well, I mean, Rex is in there, so you might have.
Here we go. Great start. Zergo banned as a commander, not as a card in deck. That card was so oppressive in mono red.
Yep. Having a turn 1 Zergo was about as brutal as having a turn 1 Yoshi followed up by a legendary land.
Right.
Just absolutely difficult to deal with.
4 damage on turn 2. This is exactly what you want, especially with Nick putting a tap land as his first play.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough.
Yeah, got a pathway on blue. He's 1 turn away from maybe being on Toxic Deluge. I don't know if he has it in hand. I can see some counter magic spells, and maybe I'm just saying that because it's blue, and I just think it's always a counter spell.
Blue, there's always counter magic in.
Yeah, it's always counter. So he's going to navigate this turn. I think Nick's really going to have to start thinking through these turns. Oh, our passing back, no interaction. What is this land here? This is one of those new Fallout lands. I can't recognize what this one is. I don't think it's a Mutavault. It doesn't look like it's a creature.
No, it's not Mutavault.
Or something like Mutavault. It is just a land card. Not too familiar. If you at home know what this colorless, maybe reprint. I'm not sure. Oh, Boombat Carrier.
Yeah.
All right. So got himself some 5 hasty on the board.
Yeah. This is about as good of a start as you could be asking for in red.
Absolutely. All right, Bomat Courier. I swear. Yes. Okay, it happens to the best of us. Go ahead and put that underneath Bomat Courier. Yeah. 100 stack deck sometimes is really hard to navigate. Okay. Bowmasters.
That's a pretty good answer.
Yep.
He can sit there. He can kill the Zergo. Then he's just got to deal with the Feldon.
So let's see if he need a double block for the Zergo here. Let's see if he does it. Yep. Going for the double block. Not going to give him an added look for advantage. That's exactly why you see him not take out his commander. Not to mention, can he replay it if he has 4 mana? But great heads up play. Gonna knock out and make sure that that is
swinging back and forth.
Right.
Dang,
that is the burn.
The double block to buy time and just a Tar Fire blowing him out.
Smart heads up play by Daniel. Leave that open. And a lot of things that I try to get other Magic the Gathering players to remember. Try to play in main phase 2 if it doesn't change the board state. And this is exactly where that paid off. Obviously, the Bomat Courier had haste, so you'd want to play that in main phase 2. But saving those answers and waiting for that interaction.
We're shipping both off of Preordain. That is not good.
No, I imagine right now he's trying to look deep for a board wipe of some sort.
Yeah, he's probably looking for Deluge again if I had to guess. But
take 2 life, but at least get this board state back in his favor. And notice that Dan missed his land drop.
Yeah, he did. But for burn, they usually top out at 3.
Yeah.
With the exception of a couple of deck lists. Looks like they're playing Chandra at 4. But that's usually for super late game reach.
Yeah. You
so
to have one of
2 lands is... Missing a land drop is not the end of the world for red. But if a control deck stumbles, like if Nick were to go here and miss his land drop, that is a real bad sign with how quick red's already going for him.
Yeah, already down to 1/3 of slot. Oh, here we go. Another one from... Man, did you just pick up the commander deck for Fallout series and say I'm just going to jam most of this? A lot of these new Fallout cards hitting some play. I love it.
Yeah, it's always good to see some new stuff.
Right? And it's one of the neat things about Dual Commander is that any new set, including the commander decks, are all legal. So we get the most amount of new cards available to us. And this format is absolutely so much fun. Ponder the play?
That is going to be rough again.
I think don't see a land, and I think that's what he's digging for. What do you think?
I think he's looking for that deluge still. I think he's about to shuffle.
Ugh.
With as hard as he's tanking, there's either something he really wants that he's not sure if he can get to. Oh.
No. Okay.
All right. I couldn't see what the cards he kept were, but
no.
Let's see what happens.
Okay, Serum Visions. One of the things blue decks do best, cantrip.
Yep. Card selection is a joy. Being able to pick what I need when I need it has bought me a lot of games that I probably should have lost.
Right. Just being able to dig a little bit deeper.
Mm-hmm.
Hits that command tower. He says, hey, follow deck.
Evoking the Fury. Ooh. Oh, with a lightning bolt, though. That's so unfortunate.
Right. He's going to get 2. So that 2 damage coming in here. So we got 2 cards coming out next turn. Oh, here we go. That Synth Eradicator going to re-show up. A hasty 3. But, he can only play 1. With this, he can only play 1. So I imagine he's going to draw his card and see if he needs to play the land or the Synth Eradicator. If he draws a land, can't play both. Going to have to at least hit his 3rd land drop. It's a shame.
Yeah.
Had he seen a land drop right here, we could have seen Synth Eradicator coming in for 3 and giving that huge card advantage with the energy.
Yeah. You might still have something in hand to throw sideways, though. We'll see here real quick.
This is still the early turns. It's exactly where red wants to be. At 10 to 21. You're only on turn 4. You know you have the cards to get a little bit extra. Okay,
I think when they dropped that card earlier, he accidentally set the life total a bit higher.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I think they're just adjusting that there.
Makes sense. Oh. See? All right. Nope. False alarm. Get so scared sometimes these things want to cut out on us.
Yep.
All right. Tapping
we got
3.
Something big coming. Oh,
Magus.
that's brutal.
Remand. Puts it back in hand. Get a draw.
Get some time to fix that.
Yeah, he's going to be digging for a counterspell now. That is a game-ending card if he can get that out there. Maybe he's just like Daniel over here saying, yeah, this is the card that kills your deck, right? Is this the card that kills your deck? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Nick is lucky. He does at least have red in there. He might be able to find something to do with those mountains.
Yeah.
Granted, he used 2 of the better red cards to be dropping onto someone. The Lightning Bolt and the Fury already.
Yeah.
But
does have a basic swamp. Get these out now. Yeah, I can exactly see why he's doing this. Trying to create a clock and a good defender.
Yep.
Yeah. This card actually killed me when we were practicing a little bit before the round started. He brought up that Merfolk twice, and my Slimefoot Squeak I was on, I could not deal with this thing.
Yeah, once a Murktide Regent starts going, it is real difficult to deal with if you don't have something like a Swords or just strict removal.
That's why it's been such a powerhouse.
Oh, man, he's got
his engine going now.
Yeah. He must not care about the Blood Moon anymore.
Or just doesn't have an answer and he can't do it.
That's true. He might just be presenting a board to keep him off of it.
Yeah, 8. I dare you to tap for it because I'm going to hit you for 8. This is a 3-turn clock represented by Nick Rogers here. And really difficult for the burn player. He had to see this in game 2. Can he actually get through it? I mean, imagine all I'd be hoping for is burn spells. Burn spells, burn spells, burn spells.
So I would guess what he's going to do is play the Magus and hold up some haste creatures, hopefully, that he can get through when he swings.
Okay.
So I bet he's looking to do something along those lines so he can get those last couple of points in there with a little bit of damage.
Okay. No,
from the hand, but we'll see.
Nick sacrificed the Genesis to get an extra draw effect because now all he has access to is black and red, which is one of his colors. He just needs to get a basic island to get back in the game. Ooh, a Signet will get it back in here.
That'll do it.
All right. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, that'll do it. Arcane Signet putting up that same pressure did last time. Compliments to the chef on that play. I love that. Just gonna take a casual 8 as he strolls down on the calculator. 8 damage. But yeah, this is just 2 more turns. It's gonna be on Daniel now. Zach, how do you get out of this? what do you do to get through this board state? I know that he kind of tried to stifle him. That Arcane Signet, what a brilliant top to get himself in that fixing, so Blood Moon not hosed him too bad.
Yeah, it is looking... Just because it's almost past the point of where he can 2 or 3 for 1 himself to kill that thing. Something else to point out is that whenever something leaves the graveyard, I believe Murktide Regent still triggers.
Yes, it does. And
So
as soon as it leaves,
he can
it's
get
exiled.
even larger. Even after it's been on the board, I believe.
Played away hitting that Flame Slash. Nick Rogers is not today.
That man is clinging to life.
I'm sorry, not Fade. No, he played the Force of Negation. And pitched the Fade Away. Obviously cost mana. He doesn't have any mana over here. That's what a real Magic player would have done during this commentary. All right, so 2 opens. Daniel thick in the tank here. Gonna pitch a Fury.
So he's gonna get through for some damage here anyway.
All right. Marchesa going to the back end here. Unfortunately, this does go to the graveyard, not hardcast.
So we're gonna get him to 8 off of combat, maybe less if he's got a hasty dude to swing in as well.
No, okay, just gonna hit him for 2, gets him down to 8.
Yep. All right, what are we looking at here from hand? I'm assuming looks like he's got 2 or 3 cards still.
Playing 2. Oh, here's another one.
Shooting him for 3.
Shooting him for 3. Getting him to 5. Could be in a good position. No, he can just replay his commander. He hasn't, with the Arcane Signet there, has enough to just replay his commander.
Yep.
Coming in for 8. No, he is dedicated to the clock, saying, you got 1 turn to answer
Here
this.
comes
Let's go.
Marchesa.
All right, last turn. This is going to be it. What does Daniel do?
Yep.
Does he concede? Because
Let's see, is he slinging 2 burn spells at his face? Is that what's happening here? Because I don't see him getting through on combat at the moment.
Nope, definitely not here. Monastery
Swift Spear, though.
Okay, so we got something.
That's enough with a bolt. If he has a bolt, the prowess trigger will kill him.
Has 2 open. It's going to be on him to find a way. All right, no, we're going to
see.
Tapping 2. This is a sorcery?
What's our mystery card here?
Yeah.
Oh, he is dead.
Instant. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Wow. Top deck magic
Fire
come from
Blast
Daniel.
is brutal.
Whew, and this is the burn. Somebody's feeling it today. Are you feeling it today?
I'm pretty sure Nick's feeling it today.
Yeah, Nick's definitely feeling it today. I'm sorry, Nick. Great matchup, though. I mean, you really had him. That was the defining turn of who was going to win it. It was either going to be that Murktide going to close it out.
Down to the wire.
Or he hits that spell curve just the way he did. Wow, fantastic. Daniel, thank you for coming out. That's the first time he's been on camera, first time he's been out to play this, and the first time he was able to play Feldon live on paper and take Scam down game 1. Yeah, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Great job. I know that Zach out there is going to be like, well, I wasn't playing Feldon this week. So this other Feldon player decides to come in and take out and swoop up.
Yeah, can't get away from it.
Great first match. We have, we're going to be taking a break here just shortly, just letting you know, but we're going to get into round 2 where we've got, I forgot to look ahead, but I think that we have a special guest host, Loot.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So Loot is going to make his appearance on stream. Those that haven't seen it, Loot is that new kind of like Pokemon theme card now for Magic the Gathering from Outlaws. We had Josh Saylor, the current reigning league champion for the end games, is the current league champion, belt and all, on him, putting together some real cool spice that I can't wait to show you out here with his new loot tech.
Yep, I actually got to play it the other night as well.
Yeah?
It is a very fun deck.
Yes?
The advantage that you get off of loot is just tremendous. You can go through like 2-3 extra cards in a turn and just keep rolling. It's crazy to deal with once it's going.
Stay tuned. If you're out there and you're watching this on YouTube, please hit that like, subscribe, smash that like button, do what you can to help us out. We need to get up to 500 followers to get up into the monetization zone. Every little bit helps. I think if you've been here from the beginning, you've noticed the camera's gotten better, the lights have gotten better. We're dealing with a lot of headaches every single time, but we're giving you better and better content. So every little bit you give us just helps us bring you better content. All right, with that, stay home, bro.